What's good with it? We'll see what's going on. I'm gonna let Instagram know that uh, that we're going live on YouTube because that's where most of the people are probably gonna come from. Let's go. Let's see. All right, I've let Instagram know that I've gone live. What up with it? We'll play it by ear. I likely will not be able to wave. I don't know. I don't know if you can hear me. They can hear me on Instagram. They can't see my face because my phone. What up, Carlos? Yoga Fitness. Go watch on YouTube if you want to see my face. I was just not that that's important. But I was just saying Instagram should be able to hear me. YouTube should be able to see and hear me. Instagram will not be able to see my face because my phone is on the charger and I use a wireless charger to avoid messing up my charging port. So, yeah, that's just kind of the setup that we've got going right now. Yeah, pretty, not even pretty, really good day. I gotta say, I've been mentally telling myself that you cannot get down. That is not an option because it's very easy to do, especially with how just crazy things are right now. Not necessarily crazy in like a good way or a bad way, just very tumultuous, very uncertain. I'm in between jobs. What up, Corey? Doing personal training on my own, trying to figure out how all this is going to work and just doing the necessary things to get to the point that I want to get at. That point being helping other people achieve their goals the best that they can so that they're not having to be in a body or hopefully even in a mind that they don't like. I find that to be incredibly unfair. I've dealt with it and I would hate for anybody else to have to deal with it. That is not a way to live. And obviously, people say, well, just don't be like that. Don't think like that or whatever. And that's a lot easier said than done. And if I'm able to help anybody, if I can help them get their mind right, so they get them into a gym, work them out, help them with their nutrition, whatever the case. That's literally the goal. And to be able to sustain myself doing it and help myself doing it. To get rich is not the goal. I don't think I'd do good with a whole lot of money anyway. Just knowing how I am, like in terms of personality, I think that if I had a lot of money to my, just to do whatever with, I don't know. That's a scary thought. I would like to think I would do good with it, but who knows? I don't know. So yeah. Anyway, just gonna start sort of running through the day and how it went for me. So as the case has been for the last, I don't know, probably 2 weeks or since I left my job at the gym, instead of waking up at 5 or 5:15 to be there by 6, I'm waking up at like 3 or 3:15 and getting there right around 4 o'clock and staying until 8 o'clock, 8:15, whatever. So about 4 hours. Uh, a lot of that is because I'm cutting and I'm doing cardio that I wouldn't have, that I'm not able to do necessarily since I'm not dedicated to walking around a gym in the afternoons and showing people exercises. So I have had to add a little bit so that I can make up for it just in case I'm unable to do anything in the afternoon, whether it be walking my dog, just walking around. Thankfully, uh, the first couple of weeks too, I was able to go and just kind of scout out the gym, see if I could find anybody that may need training, introduce myself, whatever. And I was walking on the treadmill by doing that. Now, for the last week or so, couple weeks maybe, my walking really in the afternoon is consisting of walking to all these places and putting flyers up. And I like that. It's not a drag, regardless of people hit me up from it or not. That's not exactly a concern. I know that at some point somebody will, a couple people have. So you get a couple people a week, every couple weeks over time, it adds up. All of you that are on Instagram, y'all know that I'm offering online whatever you need. I'm doing everything possible. KD, go on YouTube if you can. I see that you're requesting, but I'm not on Instagram proper. I'm on YouTube. Um, so what I was saying is um, the dang it, I lost my train of thought. Need glycogen. Yeah, I've been just walking around putting up flyers and like I'm not bummed on that. Like, oh, that's what I was saying is that I haven't gotten a whole, I'm not swamped. That is certainly not the case, and I don't expect it to be. With the flyers, it's more or less to create awareness, just like with the posts on Instagram. A flyer is just a virtual post for people to see what I'm offering. And uh, got a couple. Like I said, hopefully they want to continue to go forward with me. And like I said, I'm willing to do what's necessary to help people. I know that probably sounds funny to say, but I notice a lot of coaching online that it's not really there to help people. It's just a money funnel, and it's almost robbery. And maybe I'm wrong about that. I don't know. But I think I'm pretty close on that. It seems that most online fitness things, especially whenever you start getting into like, make 10K a month or whatever, like it's just, I don't know. Whenever you go to these certain things, it doesn't seem right. And you need someone who, one, knows what they're doing for sure, two, actually does care about you, and three, can put those two together, take the care, the knowledge, put them together, cater it to you, and it's not going to be some BS cookie cutter thing, and you won't feel like a failure because you can't overhead press 20-pound dumbbells or something like that. No one really needs to do that anyway. How often are you going to pick 40 pounds up over your head 6 to 10 times? You're not. There are other exercises that can be done to work the same muscles, same joints, ligaments, all that. There's no need to overhead press a bunch of weight. And that's just an example. Or to put your butt to the floor on a squat. Again, if you're able to do that, cool. Not everyone needs to do that. Not everyone can do that. And that is a fact. There are limitations for people. And I think with these cookie cutter, like this is what it is. And if you can't do it, well, you can't do it. That's not fair. That just further solidifies to the people that think that they can't, and they already think they can't. So to discourage them further, you're literally stealing from them and making them worse off than what they were. I'm not saying you, I'm just saying the people that do that. Like I was saying in the very start of this, that is the opposite of my goal. My goal, I'm going to say it again, my mission is to help everyone, every single person that I come across, whether it be as a trainer, as a friend, as a family member, whatever the case. My goal is to help everyone get that much better, 0.1% better every single day for themselves and for the people around them. Whether that's physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, cognitively, whatever the case, I truly want people to improve because you can always get better. That's a fact. Anyone who believes that they can't get better or that they've done all that there is to do, stay away from that person because that's not someone that you probably need in your life. The goal is to just get better, whether that be lifting more, weight wise, rep wise, going longer. being able to do things in your life because of exercise, being able to just be happy with what you're doing. That's important. Not the urge to go and no longer live due to an exercise because you went so hard or whatever. I see that a lot too. Like, let's go hard, 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 hard. I know that you've never worked out, but like, let's go run a 5K or something. Like, no, that's how people hurt themselves, and that's how they think this ain't for me. I'm just going to be out of shape and unhappy and miserable or whatever the case forever. And that happens a lot. I've seen it happen. I've probably been that at some point in my earlier years. Thankfully, what got me off the straight and narrow wasn't because I couldn't, is that I got involved with a person, oddly enough, that I shouldn't have, and I focused on getting them to be the person that they wanted to be, and in turn, I wasn't able to be the person that I needed to be, and I let myself down, and that's a whole story. We don't need to get into it. But now that I've kind of rambled about that, we're going to run through the day just because I want to. Like I said, woke up about 3 o'clock. I've been going to bed about between 7 and 8 at night. What up, Fit and Freakers? That is a name if I've ever heard one. I'm live on YouTube. I think the title says that. Come check it out. Doesn't look like there's anyone on YouTube. So, anyway, woke up about 3. Been going to sleep at like between 7 and 8 at night. Very interrupted sleep, and I think the reason for that is one, it's a different sleep schedule, but two, the fact that I'm cutting as hard as I am, eating mostly just protein at this point. Like literally, my protein intake is double that of my carbs, and my carbs is double that of my fat. And I'm not eating a whole lot of carbs or fat, so it's all protein. I think I did the math earlier, and today was a low protein day. Uh, Not by design. It just I was a little lower than usual, and it's like 16 in calories. It's like 1,664 grams of or calories of protein. It's like 416 total grams of protein, and I only weigh 140 pounds, so or 145. So I'm eating like 3 grams of protein per pound of body weight, and that's so the protein gets stored as aminos to be used as energy, muscle retention down the line. The carbs are there, of course, for energy. I'm eating about 850 or so calories worth of carbs, so about 200 to 220 grams. And then fats, it's like I'm eating under 50 grams of fat a day, pretty safely. So we're burning through that real quick, burning through carbs, and the rest we're just going with protein. So what's wrong with you, dude? So the energy is certainly BK. What's your deal, man? The energy is certainly low at the end of the day. What up, Joseph? By the time about this time for sure. What up, Viking Jesus? Hey, people are on this thing. That's what's up. Go on YouTube if you want to see my mug. So what was I saying? Around this time, see, I'm low on glycogen in my brain for like the second time. Around this time, I begin to get low kind of on energy. Right now, I guess I'm not because I'm talking, but my stomach is rumbling. I know that in about an hour and a half, we're out here, Viking Jesus. We're out here live streaming, talking about stuff. Hope you're doing well. I've been seeing your post. You looking good. I like the transformations that you've made. Kudos to you, man. I love it. It's the best to see people make transformations. So, again, woke up, went to the gym, got there about 4 o'clock, went in the locker room, put all my stuff up, got ready, used the bathroom, did my whole little ritual, I guess if you want to call it that, and got my butt on the Stairmaster. And there was a man there who I've seen there a lot before. I don't know if I've ever spoken to him. If I have, it's just like in passing, like sup or excuse me or something like that. I've never had like a conversation with the guy. But anyway, I got on the Stairmaster and pretty much immediately, I'd only been on there for, a minute, 2 minutes maybe, he walked right up and asked me, "Are you an MMA fighter?" And I was like, at first I thought maybe he found one of my flyers and he was gonna talk to me about personal training. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case. But the fact that he asked me if I was an MMA fighter, that's never been asked to me. I've been asked if I'm a professional wrestler, which I guess you could kind of group the training styles together in some regard, except wrestlers aren't, they're not really trying to get hurt for real. And I guess MMA fighters aren't trying to get hurt. That's not the objective, but they do train similarly because you got to have cardio for days to do either one of those. So he asked me, "Are you a fighter?" No, I'm not a fighter. And I should have said I am a personal trainer though, but heat of the moment, it's like 4:15 in the morning. Wasn't really thinking. So, and I kind of felt off as well. I don't know why. I just felt kind of mentally off, not in like a super bad way, just like not all there. So told him, no, man. I kind of base my cardio routine based on like professional wrestlers and what they have to do to maintain cardio. But no, I don't fight. Um, what's up? He said, "Oh man, I just see you in here. Like your workouts are intense." And I was like, "Yeah, man, thanks. I appreciate that. I just do it. That's just what I do." No, man, like those are real intense. And again, like I appreciate it. He walked off. Had to pause the stair climber so that I could put my headphones back on because I wear the big ones and I'd taken them off. And it was just going to be way too sketchy to try to fiddle with all that and watch my feed at that high speed. And again, at 4 something in the morning. Yeah, it just wasn't happening. So paused it, resumed, stayed on there for 96 total minutes. And then it was leg day. Thursdays, I always do squats one of my 2 leg days at this point since I incorporated squats again, and it was a squat day. After I did my hips, I went and I wanted to do cable squats with a bar. All the cables were either broken or taken. So I thought, well, today's the day. It's a hack squat day. And I've not used a hack squat machine since I was probably BK. What's your deal, dude? You don't see anything. Come here. BK. I haven't probably used what is wrong? A hack squat machine in probably, I don't know, 10 years at least. Maybe not, close to it because I'm 30 now. And the Planet Fitness that I go to hasn't had a hack squat machine for a very long time. And previously I worked out at 24 Hour that did. And that was, again, a long time ago. So got on there, thought, let's slap 45s on each side. Why not? Holy cow. I don't know why y'all like that hack squat machine. And it could be the machine give me 1 second. So, as I was saying, haven't used a hack squat machine in quite a while, and I slapped 45 on each side, so a total of 90 plus the apparatus, and the machine kept catching right at 90 degrees or parallel, whatever you want to call it. I don't know if that's normal, but I'm used to going past parallel. Maybe I wouldn't have been able to get back up with how heavy this felt. I don't know, but I don't like the hack squat machine. It's better than a leg press by far. Leg press is not it. But not as good as a free weight squat, and I don't think as good as a front cable squat either. Front cable squats, that's a vibe, as well as racked kettlebell squats. That's just like I love that, which is weird. Who loves squats? I guess I do. But so did all that, then left, just killed legs. I literally, whenever I was walking out of the gym, looked like I had probably like a cactus shoved right up there. Like I couldn't pick my feet up. I was like borderline hobbling out of the gym. It was crazy. On top of that, for whatever reason, and I was talking to someone about this yesterday, but I've noticed that like gripping things, holding on to things is difficult. And if my hand gets into any kind of like even right now, it's doing it. Like if I get my hand like this, it's cramp. I'm trying to move it and it's cramping. Ah, see, that's a so my hands are cramping from holding on to stuff for too long or heavy stuff at all. And at this point, I'm pretty much not able to grip with this hand, specifically with my pinky finger. It's weak. It's the weirdest thing, and I'm not sure what it's from. But it's concerning because I got to do pool day on Saturday, so I'm hoping that it works itself out. I think it may be from pressure on my what is it, ulnar nerve, right? Yeah. So like your funny bone, and I think that it's like from having to sometimes lean on the stairmaster and all my weight on that nerve. Because even when I'm touching it right now, I can feel like the sensation. So that's the thing. I know that it's not a heart attack because I'd had that by now. So that's reassuring to know that that's not the case. Left, came home, did some stuff at the house, meditated for a little bit. I do that every day. I got to get my mind right, especially after a crazy workout. Then from there, just out and around the town, putting up flyers, trying to meet people, talk to people, whatever the case. Today, not such a great day for it because it was raining, but I wasn't going to just sit inside all day and post on Instagram or, wonder or go and apply for jobs that I don't have any interest in. So that's basically like the day in a nutshell, I guess. Uh, I'm here now talking. I'm not sure if anyone's listening, but I've said it before on my live streams. I'll say it again here. Talking out loud to me makes things feel better because you're not just sitting with your thoughts and wondering, like, or just saying the same thing over and over. At least vocalizing it, you're getting it out of your head. So do you like to do that? Hey, somebody joined. Whoever joined, drop a chat so I know who you are. I love it. I love when people join. So um, yeah, again, not the best day to go out and hand flyers and post flyers, but again, I'm not gonna not do that. I've gone to the same places each day, reposted flyers because employees of the city have to take them down and whatever. I'm sure they don't like me, but my phone number's on it. If they don't like it, they can literally call me and tell me to not do that. So I think that's fair. Uh, yeah. And then also, speaking, I said that I'm not applying to jobs that I don't want to do. There's two things on that. One, truthfully, it is not my plan to go back to a job. I do not plan to work for somebody, especially in the near future. I kind of, in a way, find myself unemployable. And that's not to say, what up, Monday? I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but thanks for joining. Unemployable in the sense of I have a hard time with someone telling me what to do, how to do it, especially after they've already told me and I know what I'm doing. And then just like listening to other people's ideas. And I don't know, I guess my previous get up, I don't know, I felt gaslighted and I don't ever want to go back to that. But that same thing, there's a company that reached out to me to where essentially I can be an independent contractor, go around the surrounding cities of my area and essentially do chair exercises with seniors, which is basically what I've been doing for the last 2 or 3 years anyway. Not chair exercises specifically, but there are some people that weren't able to stand, and everybody was a senior for the most part. So that sounds interesting. The hours are super flexible, super like in line with what I could do so that I could still coach people on my own outside of it. And yeah, that's just the goal, to be able to do this completely independently on my own, no strings attached, and then also to do that and achieve my mission, which is to help people be that much better for themselves and for the people around them each and every single day. Um, yeah, like that's pretty much the day. I've had a lot of good conversations with people as well, a lot of informative conversations, a lot of supportive conversations. So thank everybody for that. Uh, this whole Fit Fam community truly is love, and the ones that are not loving and the ones that broadcast hate, publicly hate on people, shame people, whatever the case, that's not it. Uh, if you're going to do something publicly, maybe don't be so, I don't know, inconsiderate, rude, mean, whatever. And if you want to be like that, then maybe do it privately. There, you don't look cool by bashing people online behind a keyboard. To somebody you might, but they're not cool either. So don't be uncool. Just be a decent person. It's not hard. Treat people how you want to be treated. What up, Life on Wheels? Thanks for joining. I'm not sure if I follow you. Let me see. I've not ever seen your profile before, I don't think. Let's see. Do I follow you? I can't tell. Anyway, I appreciate you joining. But yeah, if you're publicly humiliating people or hating on them for what they post or what they do or whatever, one, just don't do it. But if you're gonna do it, just do it in a DM and have a conversation with them and say it to their face as much as you can versus just hiding behind a keyboard and throwing something out there. That's like standing in a that's like standing in like a protected little box and talking crap to people that can't penetrate that box. Like you're protected. If you're gonna do something, go all out. Don't. Okay, cool. I'm glad that I followed you. Thank you. I don't know if you followed me back. I hope you do, but I'm glad to be connected with you, and I'm glad that you're on the live stream. Thank you very much for that. As well as just having, like I said, informative conversations with people, hearing what they do for themselves, how they do it, ideas being exchanged back and forth. Like that is literally uh, what this is all about. The Fit Fan community. If you're not being supportive, I'm not sure who hurt you. Maybe we could talk about it. I don't know. But if you're not being a good person, um, then what are you doing? Literally, what are you doing? It's not hard to treat people how you want to be treated. If you want to be treated badly, then I guess. But then whenever that comes back your way, don't be surprised. Yeah, I can't stand to see people be like mean, especially online. If you're gonna be mean, do it in person to where you can actually. Thank you. I appreciate that, Life on Wheels, for the follow back. That's dope of you. Um, yeah, just there's no need to be a hater unless there's something that blatantly needs to be hated on. Like if you see some crazy evil thing that's inherently bad, then like maybe hate on that and make your point. But just to hate on someone for nothing. And actually, the other day on a live stream, Jose and I talked about it. If you're gonna correct somebody, one, ask if you can, and two, make sure that you know what you're doing whenever you go and correct someone. Because, for instance, if someone's doing a bench press, just for example, or a squat even, and they're going down regular and coming up quick, yeah, they may be doing that for a reason. They could be working on power that day. Or maybe they're going down slow and then they're going back up regular. Maybe they're working on control. Maybe they're doing lightweight. Whatever the case, make sure you know your stuff before you go and try to correct somebody, because there's a good chance that they're training the way that they are for a reason, not just because it sounded like a good idea or something. Just know what you're doing and correct things that need to be corrected. Don't be a hater. No one likes that hater. I'm here for the muscles, not me. Oh, sorry, dude. We'll go on YouTube. If you go watch me on YouTube, you can see my face and my shoulders. Um, but I don't know what that means. I'm here for the muscles, not you. I guess. Thank you. Unless you mean that you want muscles, which in that case, hit me in a DM and we'll get you on a training and nutrition program. But anywho, hold on. Let me go get my dog out from the yard. That's what I had to go do a second ago because he was acting a fool. Come on. Come on. All right. So, anywho, not really sure what else I have to say. I did put up a post on Instagram, so anyone that, what are you laughing at? Life on Wheels? Come on now, ain't nothing funny. I did put a post up on Instagram that is like a throwback Thursday. I'm gonna upload it to YouTube at midnight tonight. Just that's how I operate. You well then go watch on YouTube. Come on now, or go, just go look at my feed. I don't know what to don't know what to tell you. Um, so put up a post that shows what up, Jacob Alexanders. Thanks for joining. I'm live on YouTube. If you need to see the face that's coming from the voice, or the voice that's coming from the face, or whatever, that shows me kind of as I filled out from being really low weight and like actually began to look muscular and not skinny. Versus now being the same weight based like 2.5 years, close to 2.5 years later. It's really interesting because I look similar enough, but it's definitely like you can see that the muscle is just so much more conditioned and like just it's just there. It doesn't just look. I don't know how to explain it. It like the striations, like everything are there. It's not just muscle, like it is quality condition good muscle, in my opinion. I'm not trying to stroke myself, but it's interesting, and I don't know. It's crazy to think that I went from really like an unhealthy 195, 200 pounds from drinking and doing all this stupid stuff to then cutting down to below 145 in a healthy way over mostly a prolonged period of time, and then maintaining that essentially for the last 2.5 years. I've gotten up to 160, 161. Still, though, that wasn't like bad. But since January, the beginning of January, I went from 160, 161, and now I'm 143. So 17 pounds in about the same amount of weeks, which is sustainable. It's science. And I'm proud of it. I'm genuinely proud of it. And the reason for it was I was going to be doing a show for bodybuilding. It was more like beach body, but that show got canceled and I'm no longer going to get to compete in it, but I'm still going to. How long you be working out? Well, I've worked out. Hold on a second. I won't be participating in the show because it got canceled, but I'm going to train up until the day of as if I were still competing to see the final result. How long have I been working out? I've been active my entire life. I started working out with weights and stuff at 19. Did that for 4 or 5 years. Fell off. I kind of talked about it earlier and then got back on it when I got sober, which was 3.5 years ago. So I've been working out consistently at least 6 days a week for the last 3.5 years, we call it. So that's how long I've been working out, and that's yeah. That I hope that answers your question as good as possible. Before I ever worked out, As a kid, of course, you know, you do your team sports, baseball, basketball. Wasn't going to do football, not big enough. What up? Oh, man, that's a name. Thanks for joining. Did track and swimming when I was in middle school, did okay at it, but in high school, I thought that smoking weed was much cooler than doing sports. So I didn't do sports. I did skateboard, got pretty good at that, I guess, good enough to win contests and have a couple of sponsors by the age of 14. By the time I was 18 or 19, I was getting boards. I was winning contests. So, yeah, did that. Got into trouble, started lifting, doing other forms of exercise, and got in decent shape then. Like I said, fell off, got drunk, fell off hard, and had to redeem myself. Had to do a little bad so I could do a little good. I think that's really all I've got. I've been on here according to the timer for about 36 minutes. I've really not got a whole lot left to say, I don't think, unless there's anyone who's in the chat on one or the other that has something they're curious of, want to know about. I'll give that a minute to pop off. But yeah, just overall, point is I'm staying positive. I'm going to make a difference. I'm doing what I think is right. And there's no one that's going to convince me to stop. It would take an act of God, and it wouldn't be a good act of God. So, yeah, I'm determined, not getting down about it. And I just hope that any of you that see this or listening to this, whatever the case, if you need, thank you, I appreciate that. If you need help, whether it be getting in shape, eating, just a program so you don't have to think about it, whatever the case, be sure to send me a DM. I'm here for you. I do my best to respond within probably 12 hours, usually a lot quicker than that. But yeah, I'm here for it. I want everyone to be the best version of themselves, whatever that means to them. And I'm willing to understand that as much as I can. As always, I hope you all enjoy your evening or whenever it is you may be watching this. I'll go ahead and upload it so that the audio is on Instagram. I don't know what happens on YouTube. I think it gets uploaded. So yeah, hit me up if you need something. If you don't need something, good on you. Keep doing what you're doing. And if you ever do need something, don't hesitate to ask. It's never too late to give change a chance. Y'all stay safe. I will catch you in the next one. Peace out.